Noah Lyles is king again after storming to another 200-meter World Championship crown. The return of the king. Tokyo. The air electric, the stadium alive in a soft dusk, anticipation rumbling through every seat. It was as though every heartbeat in that arena matched Noah Lyles' stride, each step a testament not just to speed, but to will. They lined up. 4 years, 5 years of triumphs and near misses, of glory and what ifs, coalesced into this moment. The men crouched for the gun. For Lyles, this was beyond competition. This was reclamation, affirmation, legacy. Setting the stage. Lyles had come into the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo under eyes both expectant and wary. A season plagued by injury, a 100-meter final in which he finished third, and bitter memories from Olympic disappointments. He was less than perfect, but that didn't stop the world from expecting perfection. In the semifinals of the 200m, he laid a marker, 19.51 seconds, a world-leading time that would send a message. Not boastful so much as necessary. He wanted respect, but more than that, he wanted to remind himself what he was capable of. The final came under cool, forgiving conditions. Fans roaring, cameras flashing, legends and rookies all watching. Across from him, fast men, Kenny Bednarik, Brian Level, Lyles Tobago among others. But when the gun fired, all that vanished except the track, the air, and the distance between start and finish. The race, from tension to triumph. Lyles didn't explode out of the blocks. The start reaction wasn't his best. He was behind through the curve. Coming off the bend, he was fifth. But he wasn't panicked. That's the trademark now. The confidence that slow beginnings are not failures. They are setups. Then, turning into the straight, he unleashed what the world has come to expect. That top speed, that surge, that moment where everything aligns and nobody can catch him. He powered past Bednarik, who had led much of the curve, and held him off in the final meters to cross in 19.52 seconds. Bednarik took silver in 19.58, with Brian Level grabbing bronze in a personal best of 19.64. He raised 4 fingers as he crossed the line, 1 finger for each world 200-meter title in a row now. He matched Usain Bolt's streak of 4 consecutive world championships in the 200m, 2009 to 2015. For Lyles, it was more than a win. It was a statement. I am still here. I have not lost the crown. What this victory means. 1. Consistency in the face of pressure. Some athletes come and go. Some spark bright, then fade. But to win 4 straight world titles in one signature event, even when the season's been rough, when expectations are sky high, when rivals feel they have a chance, that's rare. Lyles has not just speed, but mental armor. 2. Legacy and comparison. Matching Usain Bolt's record isn't an idle milestone. It ties Lyles' name to one of the greatest to ever run. It forces us, as watchers, to consider. Can Lyles go further? Can he make 5? Can he hold this crown through the next Olympic cycle? Bolt's 4 2009-11-13-15 were during an era that had its own pressures, media attention, doping controversies, the weight of being Jamaica's golden child. Lyles, doing this in the current era of data, scrutiny, global competition, and social media, faces different, perhaps harsher trials. 3. The unfulfilled Olympic prize. Even in celebration, there's a fissure of regret. Lyles has owned world championships, but Olympic gold in the 200 meters still eludes him. His mind will always measure this against what hasn't yet been captured. In interviews after the win, he spoke about how the 200m on the Olympic stage remains that missing piece. No matter how many world titles you stack, every 4 years the Olympics resets certain kinds of expectations. 4. Rivalries forged in fire. Bednarik remains a dependable threat, but this time he was edged out. 4. Level, it's confirmation. He is a young man on the cusp. 4. Tobago, a podium miss, but still reminders of competence, continuity. And Lyles, through competition, through opposition, through chasing and being chased, is refining himself. Every sprint, every surge, every near miss serves as fuel. Beyond the finish line. What does this moment unlock? What are the seasons yet to come? Setting sights on 5, Lyles now has 4 in a row. The next world champs, in Beijing 2027, loom as a chance to make history beyond matching Bolt, to surpass him in consecutive World 200-meter titles. The question is, can he stay healthy, stay motivated, stay hungry? Olympics 2028, with his home country, USA, hosting in Los Angeles, the stakes will be larger. The memories of past Olympic disappointment will sharpen his focus. Can Lyles convert his world dominance into Olympic gold in 200-meter? That remains the unclaimed summit. Passing of torch vs extending reign. Younger sprinters like Level and others are closing in. Gout, Tobago, Bednarik, they all sense that this pillar may one day be unseated. But this moment shows that the king still has velocity, endurance, and a crown that's not going anywhere yet. Identity beyond the race. Lyles has flair, showmanship, personality. He understands that in this era, an athlete is not just what he runs, but how he holds himself in moments of victory and defeat. That roar, that finger counting, those moments of emotion, they build connection, but also expectation. Managing that will define more than his races, it'll define his legacy. The poetic unseen. Imagine, for a moment, the 200m as a half-mile in miniature. The crouch, the explosion, the cave, the drag, the chase. Lyles knows the physics and the poetry. He knows that speed is not just about how fast you move, but how you manage every frame, the tension in your shoulders, the lean into the tane, the breathing when the lactic acid builds, the faith when your legs feel heavy. In Tokyo, at that moment when he hit the straightaway, when others were already hunched over, legs stiffening, doubts creeping in, he flicked on the afterburner. It's the sort of thing that feels cinematic. Thunder in his chest, wind slicing past, stadium lights blurred around the edges, but his eyes locked on the tape, not on the whispers, not on the noise. That's what makes him king again, not a flawless run, but a run of character, of refusing to yield, of transforming struggle into motion, of standing tall when everything behind you whispers you might be tired, might be done. Conclusion, more than victory. Noah Lyles' 19.52 in the 200-meter final at Tokyo 2025 isn't merely a gold medal. It's a reclaiming, a reaffirmation, a warning shot. It's an argument that sprinting's greats aren't made just during perfect seasons, but through imperfect ones. That to be champion is to rise again when stung by loss, injury, self-doubt. As the crowd roared, as he raised his four fingers, Lyles wasn't just celebrating a win. He was saying, I own this distance, not because I've never lost, but because I've come back. And for the world of track and field, that retain is what greatness is made of. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.